Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I did this really pretty sunflower look for you guys today, and I really hope you enjoy it. I've also been contemplating finding topics to talk about that you guys would be interested while I'm doing my makeup. I don't know, maybe try something new, maybe keep it a little interesting. But thank you for coming back and watching my second video. A like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload a video. And keep the comments coming on what you guys would like to see. I'm here for you guys, and you guys keep me going. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. To start the brows, we'll be going in with the L'Oreal Micro Ink Brow Pen in the color Dark Blonde and the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in the color Light. We'll be using the brush from the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit and only be using the powder in that one. Now going in with the Morphe 158 brush and the Revlon Color Stay Concealer in the shade Banana, we'll carve out the brows. Going in with the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush to tap out and blend the concealer on the lids to make a nice base for the eyeshadow. Using the Hard Candy Loose Translucent Powder, we'll be setting the base to the eyeshadow. Using the Morphe M124 brush and the Jaclyn Hill Palette's shade Mocha for the transition shade. As you can see, I like to build up the shades because you can always add more. It's really hard to take some off. Now we'll be going in with the Morphe M152 brush and the shade Soda Pop from the Jaclyn Hill palette to darken the crease. With wiping the brush off in between, I'm going back and forth between the shade Mocha and the shade Soda Pop to blend those two colors out. Using the Morphe M456 brush in the shade Pukey to blend out all the eyeshadow, I will be wiping the brush off in between and repeating with each of those colors till it's blended to my satisfaction. Now I'm taking the Maybelline Expert Eyes Moisturizing Eye Makeup Remover and a Q-tip to remove all the excess shadow and concealer so I can start with a nice base. My Morphe M166 brush and the white Morphe concealer to cut the crease. The same as in last video, I like to cut my crease a tad higher than my natural crease. It makes the eye appear bigger and gives me more lid space to work with when putting shadows back on. Blending again between the concealer and the eyeshadow with the Q-tip, I just find that method easiest. Now going in with the Morphe M124 brush in the shade Chip from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'll be applying that over the concealer in a diagonal pattern. Then I'll be wiping that shade off and going in with the same brush to dip into the shade Yes Peaches from the Revolution Patricia Bright palette and apply that in the same diagonal pattern while blending with the shade Chip. Again, wiping that shade off and going into the shade Vitamin C from the Revolution Patricia Bright palette, I'll be using that to fill in the rest of the lid. Taking the Morphe 456 brush and dipping into the shade Yes Peaches again just to make that pop a tad more. Going in with the Morphe M124 brush in the shade Honey Pot from the Patricia Bright palette, I'll be applying that over the yellow shade to make it a little bit more metallic-y and shimmery. And again with the Morphe M456 in the shade Yes Peaches just to make it blend a little better. Now taking the Morphe M250-0 brush in the shade Allspice from the Patricia Bright palette to deepen the crease. I did grab a Morphe M508 brush in the shade Allspice to deepen the crease further because I didn't like the way the first brush was working. Now for the face, we'll be going in with the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. I like to apply it all over the face and let it dry for a little bit. I feel like it helps the foundation stick just a bit better. For foundation, we'll be using Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Liquid Foundation in the shade Natural Ivory. And yet again, I'll be using the Revlon Color Stay in the shade Banana as my concealer for under the eyes, between the brows, tip of the nose, and around the mouth. Now I'll be going over the Color Stay Concealer with the Morphe White Concealer in just a few areas to brighten up the face just a little bit. And I'll be using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush to blend out the Morphe White Concealer. Going in with the Estee Lauder 1F Foundation AA7 brush and the Hard Candy Translucent Loose Powder to reapply over where I had applied the white Morphe concealer just to set the base down a little bit. And to set the rest of the face, I'll be using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder Foundation in the shade Natural Ivory. Now I'm going in with the BYS Contour Palette and the Estee Lauder Foundation Brush to contour the cheeks, forehead, and chin. While editing this video, I did realize I forgot to add blush to this look, but honestly, at the end, you can't even notice. For the waterline, I'll be going in with the Revlon Color Stay Eyeliner in the shade Charcoal and the Eco Tools Liner Smudge Brush with a little bit of the shade of Allspice on it to blend out and smudge that liner. I'll be taking a little bit of that Honey Pot shade on my finger to blend out that allspice on the bottom lid. I did feel like I applied too much. Did mess up and take a little dab of allspice on my finger, and now you see me trying to correct that. If you did take too much, just use the sponge you used to apply your foundation and kind of pat it on there to tone it down a little bit. And I did go back in with that liner smudge brush and some Honey Pot and some allspice just to kind of blend it out from what I did take away. I did use that Honey Pot shade on just the liner smudge brush this time. I felt like it worked a little better than my finger. You be the judge. For eyeliner, I'll honestly be using my favorite eyeliner, which is the Hard Candy Stroke of Gorgeous in the shade Black to create a thin wing. You don't want to take away too much on this look if you will be making the sunflowers with us. So you can finish up the eyeliner and add mascara and leave this look as an everyday look, but if you're extra like me, we're going to be adding the sunflowers. So to start, we'll be using the NYX Vivid Brights Vivid Halo color for the petals of the sunflower. Then for the center of the sunflowers, we'll be taking the L'Oreal Flash Cat Eye in the shade Brown. Now we'll be using the NYX Liquid Liner in the color White to highlight the petals. You don't have to do this step. I just like it. I think it makes them look more real. Next, we have the Hard Candy Stroke of Gorgeous Glitter Liner in the shade Liquid Money to create the leaves on the sunflowers. To highlight the leaves, we have the NYX Vivid Brights Vivid Escape. And now we have the Maybelline Lash Sensational for mascara and the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive for my gala style lashes. For highlight, we'll be taking the Revlon Strobe Highlighter to highlight the cheeks, the inner corners of the eyes, and the tip of the nose. Lips, we'll be using the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the color Voyager.